Benson, we are going into the game. First match of the night, Kings of Urban facing off against the Europeans, Shazoo.
Yes, this is going to be awesome. A lot of people in the Rocket League community have wanted to see Europeans versus North Americans. Who's going to be better? There's a big debate. I think Europeans are better. You think North Americans are better? I'm
American.
I mean, well, yeah, you are, but
fact.
You should be able to appreciate that Europeans will kick American ass.
I've never seen that
tonight here
that
on the
happen
Rocket League
ever.
FaceOff.
Anywhere. Not in Rocket League, not in real sports.
This is what I have to deal with every day.
All the time, seriously.
All the time.
It's that American education system. I don't really have valid points to back it up, but I'm going to talk the trash until this game is over. Honestly, though, Kings of Urban probably considered the favorites here in this matchup after taking out Cosmic Aftershock in our best-of-3 grand finals of the NA tournament. Turned a lot of heads. Kyle, you know, he mentioned in that pre-interview, a lot of positive attention. 500,000 people have watched that video. Kings of Urban making a name for themselves.
Yes, and considering the fact that that team was made like hours
Yeah.
before the tournament started, you kind of sit back and you're like, damn, you guys really are pretty good, huh? And some people, yeah, they say, oh, it's a little bit of a fluke. You need to prove yourself once again, but still, to stay that composed and to win a game in the fashion they did, Kyle, with that 0-second goal for the win, like that's just impressive stuff.
You lost your stuff when that happened.
So did you. We both did. We were throwing paper up in the... It was exactly how you wanted it to end.
It's very true.
It was absolutely perfect. But going up against the Europeans, kind of heard Kyle say how he doesn't really know much about the European play style. Yes, he kind of has seen a couple of players play, but they don't play against each other.
Right.
So it's very, very...
What are you hoping to see from your Europeans? Because we've watched a lot of the North American teams.
A lot of keep the ball on the ground, pass and move kind of plays, dribbling with the ball. Like yesterday we saw in the draft tournament, Europeans putting the ball on the top of the car and going.
We also saw quite a few
skill.
North American steals. It was like, hey, thank you for delivering that easy ball.
True, but now you have everyone in the teams. I think that kind of changes it a little bit. So it's no longer just, hey, I'm going to try and do this. You're an American, you've never played with me, you don't know what I'm going to do. You have people who they play with every single day, and it's like, oh, yeah, you're going to go dribble that way? Well, I know I need to, flank around the right-hand side or whatever it's going to be. We kind of know the player roles that we're going to see from Team Shazoo. O'Neal definitely going to be the playmaker. You've got Vogan, who's going to be the defensive, and Meeps, who's going to be the sweeper role. And for any of the North Americans out there, you'll hear me say sweeper a lot, and you're like, what is that? Sweeper? It's kind of like just the mix between pushing out from the defensive. So you're in your own box, for example, you wait to see the ball, you clear out the ball.
All right, can we go into the game? For all of the Americans who don't watch soccer, like myself, break it down for us, Ben. Here's a look at your spectator cam.
Yeah, so obviously you're going to have one person, or at least most teams kind of have one person who's going to be your Gibbs, your goalie. This is something that Team Shazoo don't really have in that sense, I guess. And
same thing with the later opponents from Europe, Flipside Tactics, aka Teeny Weemy.
They definitely don't. They just like to rotate around between their players. Obviously, you're going to need a striker, your attacking player who's going to be able to put up a lot of shots, get those finishes. But for me, the sweeper role is one of the most important things that we've seen in threes. It's very interesting seeing how the dynamic changes, though, when it gets to 2v2.
And talk to me a little bit about the sweeper role. Where are we going to be looking? I was told Vogan is going to be that defensive sweeper. Yeah, Meeps is going to be a striker.
Oh, sorry, Meeps is a striker, yeah. So with Vogan, you're going to see him just kind of pushing around at the edge of his own box, but being aggressive as soon as the ball goes into the other side. So if he's on orange, as soon as the ball gets to blue box, that's when you're going to see him making those big plays from the halfway line. And
then, of course, you can see the Rocket League, excuse me.
The Rocket Ball.
Do you call it field? Do you call it court? Do you call it, what is pitch exactly?
Pitch. Yeah, football pitch.
Just the pitch.
You guys say field, and there we go.
It's in. All right, no more fill time, guys. We're going right into it.
Man, I'm not messing around. Okay, so this is going to be so good. Of course, North American's going to be the blue team, and the Europeans going to be the orange team. The first two games will be played, though, on a North American host. So do bear that in mind. A steal off host could be huge. Gambit with the explosion on Meeps already.
Alrighty, I was watching O'Neal, and he's going to have to trek back. Fireburner challenging at the base, is not going to be able to get the shot on goal. Vogan there for the clear twice now. And we're going to see Gambit go for the pass up to Fireburner. Strong defense so far, but this has got to get a little nerve-wracking here for the boys on Team Shazoo. The ball has been on their side of the half for most of the first 40 seconds. And you're going to see Kyle continue to apply that pressure. Here's a shot on goal from Fireburner, and a good defense from O'Neal early on.
He was not wasting time with that. He just absolutely smashed it. Got the ball under control and then tried to make a play, and well, Vogan just goes straight off the wall. Gambit with the steal, though, and he's making his way straight down the middle of the pitch. Can he finish? No, he can't. O'Neal there just doing a good enough job to be able to just knock that one out of the box.
And Fireburner's going to get another tap on it. And oh my goodness, empty net, empty
Oh,
goal!
no!
Thank goodness Gambit is here.
Everyone missing.
That was a big whiff coming in from Fireburner. Gambit's just going to skip right through it. And he is ready to roll off the break. Gambit, one of the better players when it came to face-offs in our first night of the NA League. Looking at the whole field, though, it looks like we're going to see an easy clear coming out of O'Neal. And as I say that, Kyle's going to actually put a shot on goal. Gambit with a chance to go for the putback. So much pressure being applied by the North Americans.
O'Neal trying to get the dribble down the left wing, flicks it over towards the right, but big defensive play comes in from Kyle. He just puts that back. Vogan forced to kind of go off the wall. Defensive play, and that should be a goal. It's going to go in off the far right. Fireburner puts that one in. North America coming out strong in the early parts of this game.
Here's a look one more time. Control them if you can. Just mention to the players if they could avoid skipping through the replays. That would be appreciated for the fans at home. Fireburner off the break. Aerial fight. Vogue is going to win that one. Vogan knocking it forward. Is going to pass it back. His teammate off the wall. O'Neal loves playing with his camera so far behind that car. And he's going to get another shot at it, but he and Vogan will not be able to control it for long. Blue team trying to push it forward, as you are going to see the boys from Kings of Urban playing pretty strong defensive game early on in this game.
Ball should be making its way back up towards the orange base. Gambit trying to just stay in the air there. Meep's able to put that one back up towards the blue side of the pitch. In goes O'Neal now. Should actually have himself a chance to go for that full boost. Teammate with him. Unfortunately, unable to convert that one to a goal.
And now he's just kind of hitting it up in the air. This is where it gets dangerous. Fireburner is going to be applying that pressure. He's got Gambit with him. Gambit with the setup. There's the shot. Not a whole lot behind it. And an easy defense once again for Vogan. He's kind of been their star. I mean, he has let in 2 goals, though, already.
Vogan just trying to put that one out. There's absolutely no one in a position to defend that. That was very, very strange. Kyle's going to say, thank you very much. Give me my 3rd goal. Just smashes that one home. It was pretty weird. O'Neal kind of went for it as Meeps kind of missed it. And it just left them in no man's land.
2 minutes, 40 seconds off the clock, basically. You're looking at a 3-0 start, all in favor of Kings of Urban. And they have looked so good on the MLG.TV stream so far. Gambit, shot, gonna get deflected. Now you'll see O'Neal try and face off against Fireburner, wins that one. Meeps trying to push up with him. Both strikers out for Orange, and here is the shot on goal from downtown. Vogan, we talked about him being that defensive sweeper. This is the moment he's been waiting for.
This is exactly what I was talking about. As soon as he gets a chance, he's going to push up and see if he can make a play happen. And I tell you what, he couldn't have put that further in the top left if he tried. Kyle unable to stop it. Vogan puts one up for Europe.
Going over to O'Neal off the break. What's his strategy? He will be the one going for the face-off. Gets there just in time. Kyle bounces it off him. And now, ball bouncing back and forth. This one over to the orange side. And we're going to see O'Neal have to play some defense one-on-one against Gambit. Both players out of boost.
Oh, and that's a beautiful layup to Kyle, and he's going to hit it off the crossbar, but don't worry. Cleanup. That was absolutely beautiful play by Kings of Urban right there.
Here's a look at Fireburner. He was just waiting for this setup, and that one is dropped right in front of the net. Doesn't get much easier.
No, you put it on a plate, and you just don't miss those. Minute 49, still 4-1 game. Not over just yet. But Team Shazoo definitely going to need to try and pick things up if they possibly can. O'Neal with the ball, and he's going to be making his way in towards that blue box. He's just continuously chipping it there for teammate support from behind. I believe that was Meeps that converted that one.
Meeps, watch this one.
Look at the play that O'Neal did there. It's just keeping the ball just a little bit above everyone, dribbling with it, putting it in. That's what I like to see from Shazoo.
All right, so they're not out yet. Down 2 goals, a minute 39. They were able to score that one right away. Now let's see if they can do it again. O'Neal with a great pass off the break, but no one there to clear it up. Meeps was instead going for the corner boot, so now they're going to have to wait. Vogan launches it forward, and here's another shot opportunity. Great save by Fireburner. Going head-on with that ball. Meeps is going to back into the corner. Ball bouncing back over. Here's a clear. And both teams still jockeying for position.
Got to give Fireburner some props for that save. That was big. That would have changed the dynamic of this game completely. Now O'Neal needs to get it down. Kyle's going to finish it though. Little bit of a defensive misplay. It's going to extend the lead now back up to 3 goals.
Watch this one. Gambit lays it up once again. O'Neal touches it, but then Kyle just gets the tip of his nose on that ball to bounce it in. So things looking really good so far for Kings of Urban. can't be too worried about their opponents. Up 3 goals, 65 seconds to go.
O'Neal just smashes that one back towards the blue box. Big play from Fireburner, and it's going to be Vogan who's gone for the lob, but Cal in a position to stop it. Meeps tries to put the ball back into the blue box. Can he convert? That's an easy one for Vogan. 5-3. Deficit back to 2.
Yeah, we'll watch it from Meeps. Here he is with the interception first, then he lays it back. And there is Vogan coming flying through. Great finish, fantastic teamwork to keep it close.
Now the question, with 52 seconds left, can Team Shazoo knock in another 2 goals? It'd be impressive.
Here's a shot on goal.
It'd be difficult. Meeps running down that left-hand side. Can he put the pressure back on? It's going to bounce. Fireburner played that one very safe. And he's going to
big whiff from O'Neal.
Massive advantage from that. Passes it to Gambit, but Gambit not in a position to do anything with it. O'Neal with the explosion on Fireburner, and now Team Shazoo trying to make a play on the left-hand side. Kyle, though, knocks that one out. Over to Vogan as he pushes up. Ball still in that blue base. 28 seconds left to play.
O'Neal's going up for it. Aerial shot. Gambit returns it. Still on board with Meeps for the moment. And he is going to go for a long-range shot. Kyle with this save. Here comes Vogan for the putback. Misses wide left. And now Meeps is going to go for another shot on goal, but Fireburner so strong on defense, not letting anything by. So many saves early on in game 1. O'Neal going to watch the time tick down. They are going to be knocked out of this game despite that goal opportunity. And the ball will keep playing, but no chance of getting 2 goals off of this one.
Yeah, it's going to stop the clock as soon as the ball hits the floor, but
it's never hitting the floor.
Shout out to Team Shazoo. They don't want that ball to hit the floor. Vogan is still alive. Finally, it falls. And Kings of Urban pick up map number 1. Oh, game number 1 rather, on host.
I watched quite a bit of Shazoo there from the first-person perspective. They're playing, you can see the ping here. Pretty strong game out of Vogan. Shots-wise, he had 4, 2 of those converted into goals. O'Neal, 2 assists, was laying those one up, and he had a save as well as a shot. Meeps, no saves, did get a goal of his own as well as an assist. On the other end, though, it was all Kyle. 2 goals, 2 assists, 2 saves, 5 shots. Some really strong saves at the end by Fireburner as well.
Pretty good game, if I'm honest. I wasn't really, I don't know. At the end of that game, I felt like Shazoo had to start playing Kings of Urban's game. I didn't really see that play style that they were talking about come out. There was a lot of aerial, like, fights essentially going on.
What do you want to see? You just want to see some dribble?
I want to see some
That's
dribble.
all you want.
See some passing.
I don't think you're going to get those dribble opportunities. You saw the pressure that they put right back on them. Like, there's no chance that you're going to be able to dribble past everyone without getting that ball stolen against Kings of Urban.
I don't know, man. I will see. We'll see what happens when the host has changed. I think that could have a little bit of an effect, if you will. But for now, Kings of Urban.
Oh, I will.
Lead the series 1-0.
Kyle, going to try and pass this one up, is going to force it past O'Neal. Currently watching Fireburner, just waiting for the opportunity. He's not going to get it. Gambit is there before he even has a chance to go over to Gambit's screen. He and Kyle just fighting up against the wall here. Gambit goes for the check on O'Neal, knocks him out of position, and then finishes in front of him. That's a heck of a way to start the game for Kings of Urban.
Yeah. Very, very quick goal. That's the first 15 seconds. Already 1-0 up. It looks like it's going to be Kyle versus O'Neal, and Kyle's going to win that one. All up. Meeps needs to get rid of it. Should be able to push down this left-hand side. And a couple of plays from Kings of Urban there. It looks as if they were going to miss it. Fireburner has control of the ball. Back over to Vogan. Now O'Neal needs to track back, and fair play to Fireburner. They're putting a lot of pressure, and someone needs to get this out. The ball is just bouncing around. This is dangerous territory.
Gambit's been waiting to strike on this, and it has just been bouncing around. Kyle with a big flop there. Missing the ball, and that's going to allow Orange to push it out. Shazoo with a little bit of life.
Vogan's just put the ball up in the air. O'Neal goes flying in for the aerial, but sadly couldn't make anything happen with it. Meeps now puts it back towards the corner. Kyle knocking it out again. Meeps missed that one, and Fireburner's going to go straight past him. Luckily, though, O'Neal in a position to cover for the misplay. That's a great shot. Meeps needs to save it. Does so. Vogan as well with Meeps. It should be good to get that one out.
Oh, man, this has been a little sloppy from Shazoo early on. No goal opportunity there, as Gambit is going to be the one causing problems. Let's go over to Gambit here. He's trying to push it up the right side. Good steal. Knocked away by O'Neal. Kyle passing it to Fireburner. Neither player knocking it very far. Gambit knows he's got to trek back, and here comes a flying O'Neal. Gambit perfect positioning, though. Saw that one coming the entire way through. Now sending it across the pitch.
Yeah, Gambit picks up the boost as well. That's in dangerous territory. Meeps, though, able to get rid of that one. Can he keep it away? He's going for the wall run. He touches it just out of Kyle's viewpoint. That's a great shot on target.
Oh, no!
Meeps there to clean up. Tied game 1-1.
Now let's see this from Meep's point of view. Gambit thought he had the easy clear. And Meeps just comes flying and steals that one away from Fireburner and forces it through. Tie game, 3:11 still to go. Over to Meeps off the face-off. And he's going to go for the corner boost. So look if this one goes airborne for the immediate finish.
O'Neal puts it airborne, and that was exactly what you were talking about, Chris, but Meeps unable to get that quick enough. They are still there. This is basically a 2v2 for a couple of seconds as Fireburner looked as if he was just going to try and get some boost. Meeps able to keep the ball inside Kings of Urban's half. In goes Vogan. He's not able to make anything happen. And again, I think you see players just trying to replenish up their boosts.
Gambit on the defensive end. Vogan taking out Fireburner. So Kyle and Gambit, the only two up for a moment. Gambit with a shot opportunity. Backflips too early. Instead, it's Fireburner who goes for the shot on goal. That one up too high. Gambit going to miss his second approach. This is getting a little sloppy in the corner. Let's take it over to Vogan on the defense.
O'Neal should be able to just get that one out yet. Just route one, put it back in towards that blue box, and now can Vogan make a play off the wall. He has touched it. It's going to go straight into Meeps. Nice defensive block coming in from Fireburner, and now you can see the counterattack essentially come in. It's going to be Gambit and Fireburner. Fireburner for bottom right, misses off the post. O'Neal, he has a fast break opportunity right now. Can he get it behind the ball? No, he can't. Fireburner with some good tracking back, and O'Neal's going to set up his teammate Meeps. Meeps off the back wall over to Vogan. Vogan's going to miss it, and just like that, Kings of Urban now with a counter opportunity.
Yeah, Meeps isn't giving up on this ball yet, though. He is still fighting, still controlling. Aerial cars just smashing into each other. That was Kyle playing the aggressive defense. Now Kyle trying to push it up in the corner. O'Neal should get the clear. Sloppy clear, though, and this is getting scary here for Shazoo. They got to get it past Gambit. They just had Fireburner miss. Here's their opportunity.
This could be it. Meeps trying to blitz down the right-hand side. Needs to call out to Vogan to get in the box. It's basically an open net, but for some reason, the communication just wasn't really there. They both kind of hugged the wall a little bit, and that could cost them here as once again, Kings of Urban with a bit of a counter-attack. It's going to be Fireburner with Gambit making a play, but a big defensive block again comes in from Vogan. Nice epic save. Fireburner puts it back into the box. Meeps needs to get rid of it. It's still bouncing around. A big explosion comes in from Fireburner. He gets rid of O'Neal. Meeps misses again. Gambit's just stood there watching. He's saying, what is going on right now? Ball's going to be up. Meeps needs to get rid of this.
And Fireburner just recollected full boost. He wants to continue to apply this pressure. Shot banks into the box, but nice clear again from Meeps over to Vogan. Vogan tried to push up this right side, but his teammates unable to get the ball to the center court. You're going to see Kyle bouncing it back. Vogan waiting for the volley.
Should be Vogan good to get rid of that, but didn't pick up the full boost. Ball's going to be dangerously inside Shazoo's box, but managed to get it out, but it's going to be flying straight back there again, and that's a dangerous one. Vogan able to get rid of it. Fireburner continuously putting pressure. Full boost up on the defensive side. Can O'Neal push it up? Yes, he can. Final 30 seconds. This could be essentially where we could see the game won. But no, again, big defensive play from Kings of Urban.
This is crazy, man. I feel like this has been pretty one-sided in favor of Kings of Urban, but then you look at the scoreboard, you realize it's all tied up. Next goal basically is going to win this game. Gambit with a shot opportunity, going to miss. Fireburner recollecting boost, going to work with Kyle here for one last attempt. They scored in overtime, basically in the past, and they're going to actually be forced to overtime here. Golden goal rule is in effect. First goal wins.
This is a great chance for Europe to try and steal one off host, essentially. And that ball's dipping. Meeps has missed it. Can O'Neal put it in? No, he can't. The ball's still bouncing up.
What a stuff from Gambit there. And another miss from Fireburner. The nerves being shown. Gambit, though, single-handedly pushing this one up between three defenders. Kyle gonna miss wide right. That puts even more pressure back on Fireburner. Good aerial to stop it once. Can he stop it again? The shot is wide right from Vogan.
Yeah, Vogan not able to make anything happen there. And Meeps has actually gone straight past it. Fireburner's gonna recognize that. He's overshot it a little bit. That was just good team communication really there, because he just chipped the ball enough that he was gonna miss it. Back over to O'Neal. He can't manage to clear it. Vogan needs to get rid of it. Of course, as you said, Puckett, golden goal rules. Next goal will win here. That's a nice little layoff to Meeps, but I don't think they expected Gambit still to be at kind of the halfway line. And he was able to put the pressure back on Fireburner, trying to make something happen. A big explosion comes in. That's going to be Vogan out for a couple of seconds. And now the question, can they capitalize upon this? The ball is just bouncing around. O'Neal's come off the line as well. Big risk. Can they just get it out? That's the question. It's still bouncing around, though.
Kyle fighting for it against O'Neal in the corner. That one stolen by Vogan once again. Let's go over to Fireburner, though, who had an interception of his own. O'Neal trying to bank it off the ceiling. Over to Gambit. Gambit with a perfect layup. Here's the finisher, and there we have it. Fireburner gonna secure it with an aerial in overtime.
What a fantastic play from Gambit. Just steals the ball, puts it straight over. Vogan, really not much he could do. Fireburner just came in and just dunked on top of him, essentially.
Big props to some of those saves from Vogan, though, in the early part of overtime. You can see the final stats here across the board. 3 shots, 1 goal from Fireburner. Gambit with a goal as well with 3 saves. Great plays across the board from all 6 of our players, but so far it is 2-0 in favor of Kings of Urban. But they're out of host. We're going to go over to the European host after the commercial break. We'll find out, can Shazoo put some points on the scoreboard?